This is how to pass every single laser room on hard mode in the Kortz Center Heist for GTA 5 Online. There are a total of 3 laser rooms, however on hard mode there is a few extra lasers added to each room, making a total of 6 combinations. If you're playing on normal, this guide will still show you how to pass each room. In each laser room, you'll need to make it to these switches on the side of the wall to turn off the lasers. There's 3 switches per laser room. First off, here's some quick tips you need to know just before you start. Using first person view is going to be key for some of these sections. Your character moves a lot faster in first person, so it makes a lot of these scenarios a lot more forgiving. Another tip, if you do decide to use first person, go into the settings and set your field of view to the max, so you can see around a lot better when using first person. Lastly, there is one jump you need to do in this entire guide. So there's one tip I can tell you to make this a lot easier. Your character jumps with their right leg in the air first, so when you jump over the laser, it's best to look at the left wall so your character uses their right foot first and the laser passes under you a lot easier. That's all the tips you need to know. Let's look at the first room. The first switch for each room will be on the left side of the wall, and in this room in particular, it's actually really easy to get to. You just need to wait for the right moment. On hard mode, these vertical laser grids start from the back and come all the way towards you, so you just need to wait for the one on the left to come towards us and disappear. Be mindful of where these lasers are too. If you wait a while, the big grid will disappear and these lasers will be on the other side of the room. When this happens, step towards the first switch and wait for these horizontal lasers to turn off. Then walk over and disable the switch. That will turn off the first set of lasers, but because we're playing on hard mode, the lasers that start at the back of the room will still be coming towards us, so you just need to be careful you don't forget about them. The second switch is on the right side. This set of lasers is also pretty easy. Wait for this grid to come past, then wait for the ground laser to come towards you and fade away. Once this happens, you want to run and turn off the switch as quickly as possible before the ground laser resets. Be careful of these vertical lasers too, however, they're very easy to avoid. Just be mindful of where they are before you commit to a run. The last part is pretty simple and you can take your time with it. The main thing to focus on here is the horizontal lasers we'll have to crouch under and the big grids. When you're ready, find an opening between these diagonal lasers and step in. I like to be around here or here, so if the big grid spawns, you don't have to go far to move out of the way. Just keep going forwards and crouch whenever the horizontal lasers come towards you. Pay attention to where the big grid pattern is too, so you don't crouch and get hit by it when it spawns. It'll spawn in the middle, then on the right and left. Eventually, you'll get to the end and just find an opening in the diagonal lasers before the horizontal ones spawn again. Moving on to the second laser room. On hard mode, there is a ground laser that spawns at the back wall that we need to be very careful of. We'll time most of our runs based on where this ground laser is. The first switch is really easy. Just wait until the ground laser fades away and look for an opening in these vertical lasers to run towards the switch. If you can't find an opening, just wait until the ground laser resets and comes back and fades away. Once you turn the switch off, be ready to run straight back to the start because this switch doesn't actually turn off the ground laser. Unfortunately, we will have to jump over this ground laser, but if you're using the tip from the start of the video, you'll be absolutely fine. Wait until these vertical lasers are moving left, and when the ground laser fades away, run towards the switch. Get as close as you can to these horizontal lasers, and then crouch. Once you stand up, immediately look at the left wall and wait for the ground laser to come towards you. Jump over it, then quickly turn around and turn the switch off. But don't worry, that is the only time we'll have to jump in this entire guide. The last part looks difficult, but it's actually very easy. Wait until this ground laser fades away, then immediately step into the maze. Hug either the left or right side and wait for the diagonal grid to come towards us and pass. Then run to the very end as quick as you can before the ground laser spawns in. You can actually just run to the end as soon as you step into the grid, but I like to take my time so I don't mess anything up. If you prefer that way, just do that instead and replace this step, but it's a matter of personal preference. Do you want to rush or do you want to take your time? If you're good at rushing in, do it. Moving on to the third and final laser room. The first switch is very simple. Just wait until this row of lasers starts to go away and just walk towards the switch and turn it off. On normal mode, the laser on the wall at the left isn't actually there, so you can just hug the wall. However, on hard mode, just don't get too close to the wall. For this next part, I like to use third person just so I can see a little bit better, but it's entirely up to you. Come over to the right side and wait for this laser to bounce off the wall. Then you just follow the laser. Once you get to the other side, just move out of the way so the laser that's following you doesn't creep up on you. Then go under the diagonal laser. Then essentially we just do the same thing. We follow this laser to the end. Once you're at the other side, go under the diagonal laser and turn off the switch. For this last sequence, stand directly in the middle. What we need to do here is wait for the ground laser to fade away. Then the horizontal lasers will also fade away. Then these lasers at the sides will open like curtains, and that's our cue to run straight ahead. Run as far as you can towards the X-shaped laser and crouch before it hits you. Then stand up quickly and run towards the finish line. And you've done it. That is all 3 laser rooms on hard mode. If this helped at all, subscribe to the channel for more guides. I'll be making guides for GTA 6 when it comes out as well. This guide in particular took me a very long time to make because I didn't want it to just be one of the first guides out there. I wanted it to be one of the best. So if you like that sort of thing and you can appreciate it, stick around for more GTA content. Thanks for watching and have a good day.